And welcome to the Nexus. Today we're going to do issue 21 of our Enterprise build. Let's get going. Okay, in issue 21, we're adding more panels to the underside of the saucer section, and we're actually going to start building up the engineering hull as well, the secondary hull. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a panel for the edge of our saucer section. So let's do that. Okay, so these are all the parts we get with stage 79. And once again, we're just fitting one of the outer panels, which consists of the escape pods. So they're easily done. So once again, we're just going to go along making sure that the red edge section is pointing towards the inner circle of the saucer. So the inside here, this is the outer edge. We've done it before, so I'm just going to go along and do that. And then obviously once we've done that, I'm going to place this panel over the top like so. We're going to secure that in with AM screws, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, so we've done that. That's how that should look. We're going to take the outer edge now and stick that on. So that's going to sit on just like that. There we go. Flipping it around, there we go. We're going to stick IM screws in. So we've done that before, so there's that one. And this one. Okay, so that's looking like that. Now it wants us to install this panel to the saucer section, but we're not going to do that just yet, and everything will come apparent in just a minute. Okay, so also part of stage 79 is we're now going to fit this panel. We've got some lights here, and we've got this section as well. So obviously we already had that, so that's going in. And just like we've done this side, we're going to do this side here. So before, we're going to use some BP screws. So we're just going to screw the top section on first. So the top, just the top on first. And this one in here. Like so. And then what we're going to do is going to grab our lights here, separate them. The black one is going to go here, so we just need to just lift this panel slightly so we can slip the lights in. Like so. There's one. And then the green and yellow into this one. So once again, we're just going to lift it slightly, just so we can slide it in. If I can, hang on a second. There we go. It's going in. There we go. Okay, so they're both in now. So all I need to do now is go round, fit in these BP screws. There's that one. Oh, hang on a sec. Okay, now it wants us to test the lights. I've already tested them and they work, so that's going to look like something like that. So it tells us to test them in the saucer section, just a slot in the saucer section, which I've done, and so I know both of these lights work perfectly. So okay, so not what we've got to do, so we've got to bring this over like so, and both of these lights are going to come through this section just here. So we've got one there, and then this one's going to come through this side like that. We need to make sure that these wires don't go. So these are going to sit just there, just like that. And then these wires are going to go up here. We're going to secure this in with DP screws. So let me grab them, 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh no, 5. 5. Don't listen to me. Right, 5. Okay, so the first one is going to go down here. That's the first one. We'll do the next one in the middle. So we're going to do an X. Like that. There we go. Need to make sure that these are tight. That one in the top one here. And this one in here. Okay, so we now have our first section in place. That's brilliant. Now we need to connect the wires up. So this one here is going to go into this slot just here, if I can, like so. And this one in the very first slot, so into this one just here. Like so. That's going to sit like that. Okay, so now what would normally happen is we were going to attach this. Now it wants us to attach this before we did all that, and like I said, there is a point why I haven't yet, and that will make sense in just a second. So let me get issue 80. Okay, so these are all the parts that we get in issue 80. This is obviously the back section, so I'm just going to bring that over just to show you where that goes. We don't put it on, we don't do anything with this yet, but obviously that will sit like that on there. Obviously it will be lit as well, but that will sit on there at some point. Right, but we don't do anything with this, so put it aside for now. So put that aside. And all we're doing in issue 80 is this outer panel. So there's a reason why I left this one off. So we can actually, there's no point in grabbing the saucer section, putting it away, and then grabbing it again just to do issue 80. So we'll attach them in the next bit. But once again, we're just doing the same thing here, making sure that this is the outer edge. The red line goes towards this side, and we're just going to go along, make it up just like we've done before. We're also going to put this on as well, so that is going to overlap like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so that's issue 80 done, just there. So we now need to bring over the saucer section. Okay, so issue 70 is going to 79 is going to go just here. So it's all about just sort of lining it up. Like so. Then using FM screws. One in here. Making sure that the underside is clicked on, which it has. Brilliant. Just in here. Then we grab our little cap that goes just there, like that. Then we've got this panel, and so this panel is issue 80. Once again, that is going to go on. We also make sure that it is clicked up here. Hold on a second. There we go. So I'll have to pull this one round. Right, so once again, I need to push quite hard on this just to get it in. And then one more just here to secure that in. Like so. Then once again we've got our cap, and the cap goes in like that, and then we're just going to have a look at the outer edge there, and it's looking like it's all clicked up, so that's perfect. So look at that. So we've now done this section, and it all lights up still, which I just love testing it like that. Can't stop pushing the button. Okay, so we're going to move on and do issue 81. We still need this. Okay, so like I said, in issue 80, we get this outer skeleton panel. That is going to sit here. So obviously we have to make sure that we're not snagging any wires. That is going to sit just here. But before we do that, we've got two light sections here. So we're going to take one of them, and we're going to put it on here. Once again with our little clip that we've got, and we've done it before, so I'm going to go ahead and do all that now. Remember, we're attaching it up here with BM screws and then FM screws along the face line here. So I'm going to go ahead and do all that, making sure I don't catch any wires. I'll do that now. Okay, so the panel is on here, the light is in, we plugged it into empty socket just there. So all we need to do now is put it on. Light is working, everything else is fine, making sure we haven't snagged any of the wires and they're going through the gaps like they're supposed to. Now, mine does look higgledy-piggledy, right? The wiring isn't neat, but it's fine because I know where everything is and everything works. And as you can see, everything works. Trust me, if one of these lights go, I'm just going to leave it. When this is complete, I am not going to be taking it apart. Let's just put it that way. So I'm thankful that it works and it looks good. Okay, so the next bit, I'm just going to slide this out the way. Actually, what I'm going to do is we're going to test this light first. So I'm just going to just put it in one of these slots here. I'm actually going to just touch it just so I can see it working, because there's no need now to worry about this. And as you can see, it works. Yeah, lovely. Okay, so we can put the sorcerer section aside now, and there we go. It's like cues in the house. Anyway, we got this little section here that is going to sit just on that bit there. Then we've got this bit here and this wire, so that's going to sit on there. We're then going to pull that up a little bit, sit that on there like that. We're going to use DP screws. So I'm just going to take, because we need DP screws, we need 2 of them. I'm going to preset this so we can get this right. So this is going to sit just there. Lovely. I'm going to spin this round like that. Once we start screwing in one, and once again we know this works because we just tested the light, but it wants us to test it after we put it in. No need to, we know the light works. And there we go. So those little light sections just there. Okay, so let's do issue or stage. I keep saying stage issue. We're going to do stage 82. Okay, so these are all the pieces that we get. This one is pretty straightforward. So we get this part here and it's going to sit on there. And that's it for that bit. So we need to just put that aside and keep that safe for now. We're going to start building this up. Now this is done completely different. So normally we would have put the lights along here, but it actually comes as a full part already done. So all we have to do is stick it on. Yeah. So I'm going to stick that one on first. We're going to use this silver backing one. We're going to use AM screws to secure that one in place. And this is obviously one of the smaller panels around the sides that we've just been doing. But that's a lot easier. I don't mind putting all these windows in that we had on the top deck and that we have around the saucer section, but that would have been an easier process to do it like that. And it looks the same. It doesn't look any different. So, and I remember anyway, when the original version of this was out, before it got an upgrade and certain bits got changed on it, I believe the windows were all like that, believe it or not. So another AM screw in this bottom one. Like that. And then we've got 2 here, making sure the red mark is facing that way to the inner section of it, like so. The smaller part at the top, so the smaller section there, like that. Once again, there we go. One in there, like that, and then we get our phaser strip that is going to sit in there. I'm going to use DP screws to secure that in, 2 of them. Okay. That in there, and there we are, all done. And that brings us to the end of issue 21. Okay, so there we go, that is the end of issue 21, and the panels are looking good. We're starting now on the engineering section, so obviously this will build up as we go along, and we're adding more panels obviously to the underside. So, and I believe the underside panel sections continue right up to the very last issue, so we'll be doing that for some time. We have got the engine in hull to do. We've got the other engine to build, so there's loads to do still. Make sure you keep it to Nexus. Thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with me. And as always, we'll see you at the next video. But until then, see you later.
Tune into the channel. Nexus is the name. All the hardest content, you'll never be the same. Laughs and thrills, excitement.